This episode of the Firearm Insider is proudly brought to you by Secured Securities, your trusted partner in firearm and security solutions, protecting lives and businesses one system at a time. Welcome to the Firearm Insider podcast, where we explore the strategies, insights, and tools you need to thrive in the firearm and security industry. I'm your host, Anthony T. Richardson, and I'm licensed by the New York State to perform installations for fire alarm and security systems here in New York. In each episode, we're going to uncover tips to help you grow your business, develop your expertise, and protect what matters most. In today's episode, we're going to dive into a topic that's not just crucial for any fire alarm business, but for any service-based business or entrepreneur out there. I'm going to show you how you can define your target audience. If you ever struggle to connect with the right customer, felt like you're wasting time on leads that go absolutely nowhere, or you're wondering how to communicate your message effectively, this episode is for you. We're going to break down some actionable steps to help you clarify your audience, grow your business, and save some time and resources. So let's get straight to it. So the first topic is, why is defining your target audience essential? Marketing to everyone means that you're marketing to no one. You must define your target audience in order for you to find your clients and customers that align with you and your business or your products and services. And how you do that, you normally just call them out. I run a fire alarm and security business, so if I want to sell home alarms or home security systems, I'm going to call out homeowners. I'm going to call out people on vacation. I'm going to call out maybe single parents. I'm going to call out whatever avatar I think needs a security system. And some due diligence, you could find out your target audience, and then you could just call those people out. So the first step you want to do is you want to understand the importance of your market. What I mean by your market is actually, what is your niche market? You want to find out what your niche is. You want to be able to solve one problem. You may be able to solve several problems within your business, but you want to be able to pick just one of those problems and actually become a master in that one problem and find several different solutions for that particular problem. That way you become an expert in that one problem. So the one problem I'm trying to solve is being a fire alarm expert, showing people how, because when I was coming up as a technician, it was very hard for me to understand this type of work. I came from cable and telephone and jumped straight into fire alarm, learning resistors, capacitors, series and parallel circuits. I had no electrical theory background at all. So I'm trying to give this opportunity to the people to help them in a position I was 20 years ago to actually speed their knowledge up, because it took me 10 years for the light bulb to actually click to say, shit, I understand it. So you have to be able to find what your niche is. What is the one thing that you're best at, that you do most, that you're best at, that you can solve for everyone else? And the second thing is, you want to identify the risk of vague and overlaying broad targeting. What I mean by that is, let's say if you're posting and you're creating a post on social media, you want to be specific. You don't want to have a general post. You don't want to have a post that's speaking to everyone. You want to have a post that's specifically speaking to the people that you're trying to solve the problem for. So you want to share personal stories about the struggles to attract that right customer. Your situation, your life, and your stories will align with the same people that are out there. In my mind, I only think there's a handful of personalities out there, and we could find a personality type people that are just like us, as long as we're getting our message off correctly and they understand exactly what we're saying and the problem that we're actually solving. These people will align with you. And the third thing is, you want to highlight the long-term benefits like increased revenue and better customer relationship. And how you do that is finding out what you're doing wrong out there. You want to run surveys or maybe ask some questions. Go to your existing customers. If you don't have no customers, ask the people in your following. Send them a DM and just ask them, what could I do better? If you see me out there posting, or if you see me out there trying to do X, what could the Y be to make me do it better? More or less, you just got to ask the question to the people that's actually following you, or the potential people that you want to actually purchase your product or service. Just ask. Sometimes all you got to do is just ask. So when I first started, I thought casting a wide network would help me land more clients, until I had to figure out how to hone in my niche. Now, like I said, we're not going to really be talking about ads, because we're just trying to find our target audience through organic marketing, and that could work through your messaging, how you write your blogs, how you create your posts, what captions you're going to say, the hook that you're going to use, who you're calling out. So all of that messaging within your marketing other than ads, has to be concise, and it has to be the same messaging across, so that way people will understand. You're not confusing nobody, more or less. You're not confusing nobody, and you're staying on target. You're staying on point with your messaging, with that one problem that you actually solve. And the second topic I want to get into is how to identify your ideal audience. Defining your audience starts with understanding their needs, challenges, and goals. Now, Facebook is a place that can actually give you all of this tailored information. If you have a Facebook account, you will have to create a business account so that way you can get this detailed information. You will have to at least run some ads for maybe 7 days, 14 days, however many days you need to run these ads to actually build up the information you need to build up. That's what you have to do. But you can also do that on a scale where you could just look at the insights that already existing on Facebook, and then just ask yourself, what do you like, and then start with those insights. If you like to read books, if you like to, watch TV, if you like technology, if you like do-it-yourself things, like those are the categories you want to start with, and then start targeting those categories. And if once you start building traction, you will then figure out what your target audience is, because no one knows what their target audience is until they actually start communicating their message. And then they figure it out. The more data they get, the better it is for them to put out their messaging. So it is important for you to create content or create information that's going to get your messaging out there, so that way you can understand where you need to improve. So the first thing you want to do is you want to start with basic demographics and psychographics, where people live, how they think, the things that they like, what they buy, especially where they live, their income, where they work, and things of that nature. And the second thing is you want to develop a customer profile. So once you gather all of this information, you want to start putting either your avatars in different buckets, like high-end homeowners, hotels, or small businesses, or you could say government. Whatever your target market is, you can either put them in, create your avatars in buckets of categories. You can then use that data to validate your audience, because the more people in whatever target audience that you decide to pick, the more they start to interact with you. That is how you start to build your audience, because now these people that are gravitating to you, now they're liking you, now they're commenting on your post, now they're sharing it because they feel their friends need to see it. So now once your messaging is starting to get out there from other people like you, that is how you will grow and find your target audience. So you want to leverage the analytics, your surveys, and your industry insights to ensure that you're targeting the right group. And when you know that is when your messaging will start being received from the people that are out there. So here's a message from our sponsor. At Secure Securities, we're committed to help businesses thrive and provide state-of-the-art fire alarm and security solutions. Visit secureitsecurities.com. That is www.secureitsecurities.com to learn how we can protect your business and help it grow. Now, the third topic I want to talk about is communicating effectively with your audience. Once you know your audience, refine your message to resonate with them. You want to speak their language. You don't want to use the technical jargon. If like I'm in the fire alarm and security field, I'm not going to be speaking all of these technical words where people who are not in the fire alarm industry do not understand, because now I'm excluding people. I don't want to exclude anyone, so I'm going to dumb it down to make it understandable for everyone. So I'm going to try to create content for everyone, but then target my target audience at the same time, so that way it's digestible and reach a larger audience. And the second thing is you want to be able to solve their problem. You want to show how your products, your services address their specific pain points. You want to share relatable examples and case studies. If you don't have anyone that you worked with, then you can share the experience that you had with your products and services, or the certifications, or the schooling you went to, or the knowledge, the expertise. You want to be able to share something, so that way you show that you are an authority in what you're talking about. And the third thing is you want to be consistent on all touch points. You want to be consistent on all your social media platforms. You want to be consistent on your website. You want to be consistent in your emails. Everywhere you're speaking to people, when you're finding or looking for your target audience, however they're reaching and communicating with you, your messaging need to be the same. I shouldn't go to your website and it's green and blue, and then I see in your email that it's yellow and pink. Like, your messaging and branding all have to be the same. So the color scheme, the fonts, I'm saying X, Y, and Z on my website. I'm saying X, Y, and Z on social media. I'm also saying X, Y, and Z in my email, so that way my messaging is the same and I'm not confusing nobody. Everybody understands the problem that I'm trying to solve, and it's consistent. The reason why you solve one problem, because you could put out a post and no one will see it. So the more you speak about it, the more you compound on that particular problem, and the more you grow yourself into being an expert on that specific problem. As you grow at that, then you start adding other problems that you could actually solve within your business. But first start off with one, get that to a point to where it's manageable, it's automatic, and then you bring other problems and other solutions on top of that, and that's how you will grow your business. More often than not, your audience wants to feel and seen and also be heard. By communicating effectively, you not only attract them, but you also build a long-lasting relationship. They feel like they know you. They feel like they're connected with you. It's okay to share your fuck-ups. It's okay to share the bad things, because we all do bad things. We all have mistakes that we made, and what we did was we learned from those mistakes. So the people that's coming up behind you, to trying to learn this information, so that way they don't have to make those mistakes, or maybe they have to go through and make those same mistakes for them to get the understanding that you have today. Because a lot of times you could tell somebody what to do and give them the A to Z, but sometimes they may skip letters because they have to do it their way and then backtrack and start all over again. But it's not being hard-headed. It's just I have to do it my way for my brain to understand it, for it to resolve the way I need it to resolve, so that way I can move and incorporate it within my lifestyle the way I need to. So thank you for joining me on this episode of the Fire Alarm Insider. I hope in today's discussion it helped gain you clarity and define your target audience. Remember, knowing your audience is the key to growing your business, saving resources, and building meaningful connections. So I am Anthony Richardson. I'm the Fire Alarm Expert, and I'll catch you on the next episode. Peace. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fire Alarm Insider on your favorite podcast platform, and follow us for updates and bonus content. For Fire Alarm Solutions, visit our sponsor at Secure Securities. That's Secure Securities, www.secureitsecurities.com. Appreciate you. Catch you in the next episode. Peace.